And I want to say that usually as women, we tend to feel undervalued, underappreciated, and I think we're never given much importance.
Hi, Urmi.
Hi, Pat. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Great. I'm so happy you're here. And for the audience who doesn't know who you are, you're the president of the Royal Speakeasy Club, Toastmasters Club, that I've got to visit a few times. And your club came to visit my club, Words on Wings. So that's how we met. And a little bit about you so far that I gather is that you love to work out, to read, and do a lot of humanitarian work. And you love pasta and chocolate, and you're a coffee freak, apparently.
Yes.
And one little beautiful fact that I learned is that your name means wave, which is the same meaning as the name of the actress who played Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot.
Exactly.
So basically, I'll let you speak more of, tell us more about yourself and how your public speaking journey began for you.
Sure. So my name is Urmi. I am the president of the Royal Speakeasy Club. I started my journey with public speaking in 2015. And back then I used to be still a student. So I was thinking, okay, how can I get a little bit more of extracurriculum activities? So I joined the Toastmaster from my university. However, I wasn't so much committed. I was only there for 8 months. And we were a much bigger group. So it was always hard to, speak. It was always hard to be called for the table topic session. And I never felt like I was learning anything. And I think I did probably 1 or 2 speeches, but I wasn't even getting the feedback I wanted to get. And then in 2019, I joined the Royal Speakeasy Club. And when I joined it back then, I was like, okay, I have a goal, which is I want to do a TED Talk. And I also wanted to do something where I was investing in myself and I wanted to get back with the public speaking. So that's how I came across with the Royal Speakeasy. I've been there for 3 years. I am a member, but I'm also part of the executive team as the president of the club. And prior to becoming the president, I was also the VP of education for 2 years. And so far the experience has been great because I feel like I'm learning so much about public speaking, leadership skills, communication skills, and so many of these things I'm able to apply them in my personal life and as well as at work. And I think overall Toastmaster has been a great place to network too, because I got to meet amazing people. And in this club in particular, we are relatively small. So we're like 15 people, and you might feel like it's a bit more intimate where you get to learn a little bit more. And because I am like probably the youngest one, sometimes I feel like I'm like the little sibling, the younger sibling of the people that are there. So they're very supportive and encouraging, and it felt like I also found the second family. So that's been great so far.
Awesome. Yes, my club definitely feels like a family too, and it's wonderful. It's really a wonderful feeling.
Yeah.
It's like a little community, like another family, basically. We meet regularly every week and everything. So it's really phenomenal.
Exactly.
And so after after this whole journey, impressive journey that you've had at Toastmasters with all your different roles on the executive committee, what was the biggest challenge that you faced?
Okay, so I want to say probably 2 challenges. And the first one was with the table topic session. And I think everyone goes through the same experience. Because I remember when I did my first table topic session, it was a disaster. Like I remember being called up to talk in front of the audience. I wasn't even sure how I was answering the question. I just remember saying a bunch of things in like 2 minutes, and all I wanted to do was go back to my seat. So that was probably the most embarrassing moment of my life, I want to say. But I still kept going. So I went again for the second time. and they called me again for this table topic session. And even this time I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to answer. I was super nervous, but I did it because I was like, you know what? No one is gonna care about my answer. Might as well just talk. And that's how we're gonna learn. So that was my biggest, when I say challenge. And the second one was with my icebreaker. It literally took me 8 months to give my icebreaker. And I would say it was because I was always nervous and scared of like speaking. And I was like, I don't know what to talk about during my icebreaker as well, because usually people tend to present themselves. So they say, okay, my name is this, I work here, I do this in my life. But I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to make it a bit more special and a bit more unique. And that's how it took me a while to come up with an idea. And I finally talked about my name. So it all started with an introduction of my name and what it meant and how it was related to my whole personality and what I do in life. So those were my biggest challenges, I would say. And one thing that I actually learned going back to the table topic session is that probably I was struggling a lot with answering questions, but I'm a very good table topic master, if I have to tell you the truth. And I was the table topic master. Like I performed this role couple many times, and I discovered that I'm pretty good at it because I ask very, I want to say, challenging questions to the point that no one in the club is almost clear that I am the table topic master, because they're like, this girl, she's gonna torture us, she's gonna make us suffer during the table topic session. And I do, honestly, they all fear me when I am the table topic master because they are scared of the question I would be asking. But it helped me to discover these things that I didn't know I had. And so those were my biggest challenges, honestly.
Awesome. So you took control of that. So that's awesome. Actually, what do you do for a living? We didn't mention this so far.
I work in compliance in this financial services company.
Very good. Okay. And how do you find that all the benefits that you listed with how Toastmaster changed your life, how do you find that it applies to your daily life, like your work and your personal life?
And I think one of the biggest misconceptions about Toastmasters is that people do not know that they only think it's about public speaking, but it's also about other things like leadership skills. And one of the things that I am very proponent about is that we need more women in leadership skills and more women in public speaking. And myself, coming from a finance background where it's already hard enough to be a woman in finance, I was like, I want to work on my leadership skills. And I feel like some of the roles, especially the executive role that I took, the VP of Education, and also the current role as a president, they helped me to apply some of these leadership skills at work. And I can see that, I'm showing that at work and I can see the results. So in that way, it helped me a lot. And also organizational skills and time management skills, I think they are also very critical, which you learn again at Toastmasters. And again, I feel like I'm able to apply them in my life in general, because I have such a busy schedule, but I think I learned how to prioritize, and I learned what's supposed to be done before, which deadlines I have to meet. And I think it was very beneficial because I honestly learned so many skills, and even the grammarian role, because English is not my first language. And I learned so many new words, honestly. Like my first word that I learned was verbose. And I remember I learned this word and I went back to the office and I just kept saying the word to everyone. I was like, I learned this new word, verbose.
I do that too.
So yeah, it's been great in every sense, honestly. Even when I write emails, I can see, I'm able to be a bit more firm, a bit more clear. It helps in every sense.
So much, Urmi. I agree so much with you. Even with self-confidence, I've struggled my entire life.
Yeah.
I had all these great ideas, but the moment I would open it, never sounded intelligent. I was just mumbling and I was speaking too fast and not clear. And I heard myself and I became even more insecure. So absolutely, it's huge. Just this repetitively speaking and opening up and trying different things, coming out from a comfort zone. It's phenomenal. And I have to say, I'm very glad that you joined Toastmasters and we met, because I don't know if you know this, Urmi, but you're the reason why I even have the show Break Time with Patty. I don't know if you know. Because you were the first person who reached out to me a few weeks back and you asked me, oh, Patricia, I love what you do. I want to come on your show. And I remember thinking, I don't think she's getting it. Like, it's my journey. I'm documenting my speeches and my thing. And there's nobody comes on my show yet, you know. But you seem so enthusiastic. We met and we hit it off right away. And I go, oh my God, we need to meet. So I didn't know how, but I figured, you know what? And we booked a date, right? In December. And so I didn't know how I was going to do it. But then I had another speech, Blind Date with Patty, where I was interviewing different individuals that I was role playing. And I said, oh my God, this is how we're going to do it with Urmi. So now, thanks to you, I have all kinds of interviews booked already with world public speaking champions that are actually agreeing to coming, just because we all feel so strongly about helping the world find their voice and to use it, that even people that really don't have much time, people that amazing, phenomenal people that I watch their videos on repeat, they're coming on the show on this platform thanks to an idea that you planted in my head. So thank you so much, Urmi. I don't know if you know what you've done, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy you're one of my first guests. Good. And okay, what is it that you want to accomplish now that you're the president of a club? What are you dreaming about?
I probably want to lead by example. I want to inspire and probably be able to encourage and support the members of my club. And before becoming president, when I was the VP of Education, I think I did a very good job with the role of VP of Education, because I think I raised the bar and, you know, I was doing even much more than what the role was asking for. And the person who came after was basically replicating some of the things I was doing. So I know that with that role, I was able to achieve this goal of leading by example. And basically with the role of president, I really want to be able to inspire others. And I want to be able also to inspire other women to, you know, work on the leadership skills and work in the public speaking skills. And because I can see even in my own club, like the percentage of women is much smaller than the one of men. And I think women in general do need leadership skills and public speaking skills. I think it just adds a little bit more credibility, and I think it helps them in many aspects of their life. And some women have been able to inspire other women too. Like, for instance, think about Meghan Markle or Oprah. They are great speakers. They go and speak in these, conferences or events, and you always feel so much more inspired after listening to them. And that's, for instance, I am much more inspired by Meghan Markle. Like, every time I see her speaking, I'm like, this is what I want to do. And that's how I also want to set the same type of example, just be able to, you know, spread the message. We need more women to be able to use their voices to evoke changes and to lead their life the way they want to.
Oh, that's my mission too, or maybe we have the same mission.
Yeah.
So, what I love about Toastmasters too is just so diverse. We can literally show up at a club in Saudi Arabia, in China, in Australia, in the UK, like anywhere, and we're welcome everywhere. And it's just so wonderful to connect with like-minded individuals who just want to do more and bring more, basically, with our voice and our story. We all have a story, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, right now we have ladies. Most of my audience is actually ladies. If you can give some advice to a woman right now that is watching us, that feels that she's not where she needs or wants to be in her life, and she would like to improve her circumstances, what would it be for me?
Okay, so I have this quotation on my phone, like wallpaper, which says, "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek." Yeah. And so I listened to that quotation in a podcast, and I was like, that's it. This is becoming my wallpaper, and it's going to be my motivation for every day. And I want to say that usually as women, we tend to feel undervalued, underappreciated. And I think we're never given much importance. And I think it's even more difficult if you come from a culture where there is a lot of double standards. And if you are in a stage in your life where, I don't know, you want to change your job, you want to get a promotion, you want to write a book, or you want to quit everything and travel, you should take the opportunity and go for it. I don't think we should hesitate. We need to be a bit more fearless, a bit more daring, a bit more bold. And you know what? You need to take the risk, because in finance, there is this concept that we say, higher the risk, higher the return. So if you do that, you will be able to untap or discover things that you didn't discover. And that's, for instance, what it did to me with Toastmasters. And because of that, I also started to do things that I didn't think I would ever do. And I always mention it, like these interviews in YouTube, I never expected myself to ever doing this. And I after doing a couple of them, I realized that I love doing this. So it just helps you, to untap all your potential and to discover yourself. And I think every woman needs that. We need to find ourselves and who we truly are.
Oh, Urmi. I'll be really watching this and taking notes because I want to pay attention to you. But there's so many gems that you just shared with us. Like, especially me I've been insecure and had lack of self-love and lack of self-esteem my entire life. So I 100% resonated. What you just told me was totally resonated with me. And I'm sure that it will also with a lot of women. I don't know what it is. Well, actually, I do know. It's the world that we live in. You'll think most men, actually, they don't struggle with that. Even if they don't know what the heck they're talking about, they're going to come out confident, exactly. And assertive. And even if they're talking baloney, like, what is he talking about? Because he's saying it with so much confidence and firmness that you feel, oh, he must know what he's talking about. But women, we always second guess ourselves and we don't know. And I find that just the role that we've been put in, and I've struggled with that my entire life, not taking my place, not speaking up. I've shut down for decades because I had been shut down, or I let myself get shut down by my life and by my experiences. But it is so important. And you quoted, you shared the quote that you had, but I'm going to quote somebody from my past, a very bright man actually, who said, if you don't ask, you'll always get a no.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
You'll always get a no, because that man was really relentless. Like, he would just ask random things. And I said, what are you doing? Like, people are going to say no. He goes, yeah, let them say no. Because the thing is, if you ask, like the same way I could have just not reached out to the champions, like, oh no, my channel is too small. But but you know what? What I'm trying to do is bigger than me, basically. So it worked. I'm just saying we need to step out and stop doing what we've always done. If we're happy with our lives and we're content, sure, please, by all means, enjoy. We have to be grateful anyhow with everything that we have been dealt. But if it is at all possible, if we're not happy with where we're at, there's a way forward. We just need to step out, take one step. There's so many tools around us, right? Take one step. And for me, Toastmasters was a huge step forward. And I don't even know where this is going to lead me. I don't know where it's going to lead you, Urmi. I don't think this is the last I see of you in the world. And also we just relaunched a blog, right?
Yes, I did. And it was actually you who inspired me to reopen it, because I closed it 2 months ago, but then I'm like, no. I need to get back on it, and I relaunched it. So I'm just waiting for this to be live, and I just want to talk about like my journey in finance, career, public speaking. So yeah, so hopefully it will be live soon.
Oh, that's so exciting. I'll be your number one fan, right?
Good.
You better.
Yeah, exactly, because I follow your channel.
Okay, fine. I'll follow your blog. So Urmi, do share, what is the next step for you?
My next step for me is my main and biggest goal is to do a TED Talk, which I mentioned earlier. And I mentioned this even to my club members. I'm pretty sure they're fed up of listening to this. But I do want to do a TED Talk. I think I do want to eventually, like, I'm doing this whole journey with Toastmasters because I want to be able to speak in front of a bigger crowd eventually. and because I also want to share my story whenever that time comes, and I want to do this by impacting or talking about my message with a bigger audience. So that would be what's next for me.
I'll be watching it too. I cannot wait because you are an amazing speaker. So that's exciting and wonderful. If someone in the audience would like to come visit the Royal Speakeasy Club, how can they reach you, or if they want to get in touch with you?
Okay, so we have a website, but we also have an email, which we're going to put in the description below. Just to give you a little bit more of information, we meet every Tuesday lunchtime. So we meet between 12:15 to 1:15. For now, we're meeting online through Zoom because we don't have access to our building. So you are more than welcome to join, and we're a very welcoming and friendly audience, and we always want new members to join. So feel free to email us and someone will reply to your questions.
Wonderful. Oh, Urmi, I was so happy you came.
Me too.
It's even more exciting than I knew it would be exciting, but you're just a mind-blowing lady, and I'm so happy. I feel very privileged to have met you.
Thank you.
We'll definitely be seeing a lot more of you and reading more of you. And I will leave you with this: the power of your voice can change the world. Find it and use it. Until next time. Bye.